man, maan. Vis, vies. Les, lees. Hallo allemaal, dotjes to be. Vandaag kijken we weer naar Nederlandse klanken. So today we're gonna look again at Dutch sounds. We kijken naar lange klinkers en naar korte klinkers. We will look at long vowels and short vowels. So in Dutch we call a vowel een klinker. De klinker. And those are these letters. And all of them we can pronounce short in Dutch and also long. And they give words different meanings, such as in the intro. This is man, a, short, and maan, long, a. Or vis, short, I, and vies, I, long, I. Or les, a short e, and lees, a short a. Did you hear the difference? And can you make the difference? Or is it still a little bit hard? Well, also you see here the phonetic representations. I think most of you probably don't know what those mean. So I just show them now and with the alphabet, and later I'm not going to show them anymore. We're just gonna look at the spelling and listen to my pronunciation. And I also want to encourage you to repeat all the words after me, so you can practice your pronunciation of these 5 or actually 10 different vowels. And by the way, if you are a beginner looking at this video and you are just starting out on my channel, then know that if you want to learn more Dutch, you can of course watch all my other videos, but you can also check the link in the description to my beginner's course, where you can learn all basic grammar, vocabulary, phrases, etc. So if you want to take your study a little bit more seriously and practice a lot, then check the description and the link to the beginner's course. So let's get back now to these 5 letters and to hear how to pronounce them short and long. And again, please repeat after me. So first of all, when we say the alphabet, you know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, we would call these letters A, E, I, O, U. When I pronounce it like this, it is the same as when I pronounce them in words where they have the long pronunciation, because we can also pronounce them short, which is like A, E, I, O, U. Let's listen again. A versus A. E versus E. I versus I. O versus O. And U versus U. For every letter, we're gonna look now at 2 word pairs, one with a short sound and one with a longer, to practice this. And again, try to repeat after me. So for the A and the A, we have man, maan. Did you repeat after me or not? Man, maan, ram, raam. And then e, pet, peet, red, reed. When a word ends on a D, we pronounce it as a T, by the way. Red, reed. So for these with the A, and E, you see that we write 1 letter for a short sound and 2 of the same vowels for a long sound. That's different for I, which we write like this. Vis, short, vies. So that's I plus A is I, the long I. Vis, vies. Or pit, piet. Then O versus O. Bos, boos. Zon, zoon. Yeah, 1 letter, 2 letters, short long. And the last one for now, versus u. Bus, buur, and zus, zuur, u. That's maybe a hard one for you. Try to say it after me. U. Put your lips like this, as if you almost want to kiss somebody. As if you almost want to kiss someone. Keep it a little bit open. Yes. So these were simple, these words. We saw that if you write one of those vowels, it's short. And if you write two, it's long, except for E, which is written like this. These were actually very short words, just containing of one syllable. The words that we saw were actually singulars for nouns or for a verb. And when we want to make plurals out of them and we add en, we get these three words. Okay, and now I want you to think, are these the plurals for these three words? For man, red en zon? Or are they the plurals for maan, reed, zoon? Do you know or not? If you are a total beginner, you probably think, well, it's just one letter that is short. We must pronounce this as mannen, redden, zonnen. But no, that's not correct. We pronounce these words as manen, reden, and zonen. So now it is long. These are actually the plurals for these words. Maan, reed, zoon. By the way, zoon, another form for the plural is zoons. You can say zoons or zonen. Both are okay. So why do we pronounce these letters now long when we saw before that they were pronounced short? And why don't we just write manen, reden, and zonen like this with two of the vowels? Well, in the past, we used to do that. But then something changed in Dutch spelling. So I need to briefly say something so you don't get confused when you see words written down and you have to pronounce them a little bit differently than how they're written. Okay, so first what we need to know is the difference between an open syllable and a closed syllable. The words we saw before that contained of just one syllable, they were actually all closed because they were all closed by a consonant. That's what a closed syllable means. The last letter of the syllable is a consonant. Then it's closed. So man and maan are both closed. And red and reed also. Zon and zoon as well. They all end on a consonant. In Dutch we call a consonant een medeklinker. Okay, and then when a syllable opens on a vowel, then it is called open, an open syllable. Well, that can be a word that contains of one syllable. For example, the word ga is one syllable and it ends on an a, on a vowel. It's open. But also if we have words in the plural that consists of two syllables, such as manen, reden, zonen, the first syllable of all these words ends on a vowel. Manen, reden, zonen. So when a syllable is open, it ends on a vowel, then the vowel is pronounced long, but we only need to write one. That's just a spelling rule. So we don't double it. We need to write one and we know that it's long. But when the syllable is closed and it ends on a consonant, then you have to listen. Is it short? Write one letter. Or is it long? Write two of the same letters, two of the same vowels. So again, it's één maan. Maan is closed, maan. So two syllables. Twee manen. Written like this, not like this. So één zoon, that's a closed syllable. But drie zonen. Zo is open, one O, nen. Not zonen with two O's. Maybe you're thinking now, but what then is the plural of man, red, and zon? Is that also these three words? No, because we know now that we have to pronounce them long. So another spelling rule in Dutch is if it is a plural and the first syllable is closed, then you have to take that consonant and double it so it represents something that we know, okay, now it's short. So for example, man ends on an N, we need to add an extra N. Mannen, like this. Red, that ends on a D, so we have to add an extra D. And then it is redden. Then we say a D. So red, we pronounce with a T, but we write a D. Redden with double D. Double D, yeah. And the last one was zon, and again on an N, so double N. Zonnen. If you want to learn more about this, about Dutch spelling, for example, and about the alphabet, you can also watch this video. I also explain it in there. And in the Dutch for Beginners course, I have a whole lesson devoted to the alphabet and spelling. So you can also look at the beginners course. And the link for that is in the description. So we also have words in Dutch that have two consonants behind each other that are different. For example, words like these. And then, of course, in these cases, the vowels are also short. Bang, enkel, and helder. Yeah, because they're followed by two consonants, but now they're just different. And then there are other words where you see that the syllable is open, like these three, and then you have to pronounce it long. Ba-nan. So the first A is actually an A because it's open. Ba-nan. Muziek. Zomer. So repeat again after me. Banaan. Zomer. Muziek. Very, very, very good. Okay, lastly, about these two letters, I want to say a couple of things because they have even more different kinds of pronunciations. This letter can be pronounced in three different ways. Like a short E, like a long A, and like a schwa, that is like E, which sounds almost like this letter, but it's slightly different. It's a schwa, and we have that a lot in Dutch in syllables that are not emphasized. Then we pronounce it as E. Leven, lezen, een E. Or bang, vies, helder. But it's not always at the end of words, it can also be at the beginning. For example, verjaardag, gezellig. And actually the E at the end is also pronounced as a schwa. Gezellig, gezellig. And how is your G? How is your G? If you have difficulties with G and you haven't watched this video of mine, which was the first one in this new series about Dutch sounds, you can watch it as well. And then lastly, this sound, dubbele E, is usually pronounced long like A, but sometimes when it's in front of an L or R, yes, it sounds a little bit more like E. So like long, it is, for example, mee, zee, nee, been, teen. But then, beeld. We don't say beeld, we say beeld. Or wereld, wereld. Or eerlijk, eerlijk. So it is somewhere between a long A and more like a I. Beeld, wereld, eerlijk. So yeah, did you repeat after me? How were you doing? Let me know in the comments down below. Are they going fluently already? Or do you have difficulties with one or more of these vowels? And if so, which one or which ones? Please share with us in the comments because I'm really curious. And right now, we're gonna do some tongue twisters to practice these sounds. So listen to me and then repeat after me. 1. With A en A. De mannen aten kaas onder de maan. De mannen aten kaas onder de maan. De mannen aten kaas onder de maan. Sentence 2 with e, the schwa as well. Ben meet zijn benen met een meter. Ben meet zijn benen met een meter. Ben meet zijn benen met een meter. Great. 3. I. De vieze vis zit in het water en ziet 4 kleine vliegen. Oké. De vieze vis zit in het water en ziet 4 kleine vliegen. De vieze vis zit in het water en ziet 4 kleine vliegen. Oké, top. Nummer 4. O. De zomerzon schijnt op mijn ronde zonen. De zomerzon schijnt op mijn ronde zonen. De zomerzon schijnt op mijn ronde zonen. Ja? En de laatste. U. De bus is om 1 uur bij de dure buren. De bus is om 1 uur bij de dure buren. De bus is om 1 uur bij de dure buren. So if you repeat it after me, great. Let me know how you did in the comments. Which one was your favorite or which one was like horrible for you. If you want to learn more about the Dutch alphabet, by the way, then you can watch this video and also about Dutch spelling. And in the Dutch for Beginners course, you can practice with this and also learn all the basics for Dutch grammar, Dutch vocabulary. You can practice a lot with many things. So if you're interested in that, then you can find the link to that course in the description. And otherwise, you can also learn more Dutch with me here on this channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then you can do that. You can also like this video. That helps me and my channel tremendously. And now, if you want to learn more about the Dutch G, then watch that video. So perhaps I'll see you there or in another video. I wish you all a great day.